She's a bit sick.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thanks for having us along today. Thanks for the invitation. You've just had a wonderful insight into how the Male app can help improve your relationship. Yes, we are delving into secret women's business this morning. Gentlemen, I can see you squirming in your chairs. This is Mother Nature's life-giving, miraculous process, the female monthly cycle. But gentlemen, we don't want you to be uncomfortable because this is all about you. Because how do you cope during this particular time? One thing we know for sure, after years of research, women represent about half the world's population. Their mood and behaviour can significantly affect the other half. Now, what are some of these effects? You may recognise yourself here. We've had many men tell us in our research that they've needed to develop patience, tenacity, resilience. And interestingly enough, these are the traits that we've had to develop as a startup business. The issue, what are we talking about here? Well, most men and women do not understand how hormones can significantly influence mood and behaviour, which ultimately affects relationships on both sides. Hormones are complex. Awareness and knowledge is limited, and ignorance is problematic. Information is out there, but we think it's highly unlikely males in particular will go and seek specific hormone-related material and resources. It's hard to imagine men Googling about estrogen. Here's an example just to show you a visual of what it's like during the monthly cycle. And this is just from the male perspective. So here's what can happen when there's problems in a relationship. The parties can be distant. The relationship also has its ups and downs. But please note, both the male and female are holding a mobile device. Here's what we're aiming to get to with our app. Here's the kind of relationship we're after. Engaged, loving, and please note both parties are holding a mobile device. What's the solution? A mobile app. Let's open that door of opportunity. We wanted to create an effective tool to help improve relationships by better understanding how hormones can affect mood and behaviour. Now, target market, we had to get very clear on this. Remember these guys? They're our avatar. Men aged between 30 and 50 plus, emotionally intelligent, and in a committed relationship which they're hoping to improve or enrich. Gentlemen, this is not the device that you would take to the exchange on a Friday night, meet up with a chick at the bar and say, "Can you tell me the first day of your period?" It's not going to work. Also, our secondary target is their partners. Women can use this app too, and we know that women are encouraging their male partners to download this app and find out really about what's going on with them during any given month.
The product. It has been described by some of our users as a godsend, a product that will get you into the tent and reveal the hidden mysteries behind your partner's monthly cycle. I want to share with you some pearls of wisdom today, a sneak peek at what our product will do. So, day one, give her some space. Notifications are given each day to give you a heads up on what might be happening for your partner. So day 1 to 6 can be summed up by one word: relief. Day 7, good mood rising. This is going to be a great week. Estrogen is rising. To find out more about this happy hormone, you'll need to download the app, sadly. So, one tip though, estrogen makes women feel great. So days 7 to 13 can be summed up with one word: bliss. Day 14, ovulation day. We are halfway through the cycle. Brace yourself, because ovulation could have unexpected side effects. Day 21, got the munchies. The star of the week is progesterone. This is a sedating hormone. It slows everything down. Why? Thanks, it's a great question. The body believes it's pregnant. It's not, okay, but the body believes it is pregnant. So it's going into hibernation mode. So food is high on the agenda, and so is staying at home and snuggling. So day 21 to 27, that word is protective. Day 28. Hang in there, guys. Hang in there. She's so worth it. The days from 28 until her period returns on day 1 can be summed up by the words, and there are 4, not just one: shadow, gloom, ache, and dread. To explain these, has anyone ever tried to give up smoking, or alcohol, or caffeine, or any other substance that's addictive? Hello, welcome to day 28 to day 31, because all hormones in a woman's body has crashed and is crashing. And so imagine that. Imagine having all these beautiful hormones surging through your body and suddenly crash. There's a good one. So welcome to day 28. So this screen from the app lets the user know what might be happening to their partner. The day is clearly marked and the fire is burning. The rolling graph shows what the hormones are up to. Estrogen is high, and the daily message lets them know how they might be able to better support their partner. This screen gives a video presentation of the content skillfully delivered by Todd Sargent. There is a frequently asked questions section and a fun test after you take the 14 after you do the 14 answers at the end of the quiz.
Okay, so 12 steps from idea to execution. How did we do this? There was 100 steps, probably even more, but we've nailed it down to 12 today. Plan, prepare and budget. There's time that needs to be taken in this. From idea to execution for Sue and I, it was actually 2 years. So we started on the idea of this 3 years ago. We needed to gather a production team. There were 5 people at the early stage to put this together, and that will change along the track. We're onto our 2nd app developer and about to use our 3rd. We needed to workshop this idea, so that took a bit of time too, the functionality of it, the features. We also held a series of focus groups. We went out to ask our avatar, would you use this product? Is this something that would help you, and would you use it in your relationship? Then came the design and creative concept. So on board is a graphic artist. Interestingly enough, some of the early designs, we've moved on from that. Some of the original designs that Sue and have nowhere near it, and that's why you get the professionals in. But that's an important part as well. Then we needed to develop patience. And here we go back to our 3 friends at the start. If you think you're a patient person, starting a business or starting a project like this will really, really test your patience out. And it's one of those things, I think because we've been in it together, we've been able to support each other. But from a personal point of view, I don't think I've been stretched as far. When I look back on just some of the work that we've done, we really had to stick to it and just wait. I want things happening. I'm a doer. I like to see outcomes fairly quickly. It doesn't necessarily happen like that, and so that I had to readjust the way that I approach things. Then we had to build the app, and this meant coding. Has anyone had anything to do with coding? This is why they're... Oh, wonderful. Wow. Welcome along today. Wow. This is a specialised area, and again, you leave it up to the professionals, but, you know, you think something's... How hard can it be?
How hard can it be?
Well,
Seriously.
It could be very interesting, but it was a whole new world for me. Sue had been down that road before. Okay, test phase, more focus groups, back to refocusing, reworking, refining the product. Where did we have to tweak it? Many iterations in the process. It doesn't end up how you started out. And in fact, some of the pathways we've gone down we didn't expect at all. Develop tenacity. So when you want to, when you come up against the challenges, you absolutely have to stay true to the intent of what you set out to do in the first place, because there are many knockdowns out there. And yes, we know it builds strength of character, and yes, we know all of that, but when you're in the heart and the thick of things as a startup, you absolutely have to have tenacity and keep your eye on your objective and your goal and stick to it. Apart from the app, we've got a website, so that all had to get designed, domains all sorted out, marketing, your social media collateral, publicity when we were going to launch it. So that's a whole other pillar that needs to support what you're doing to help get it out there to market. And then you actually have the launch. It's almost the icing on the cake. This is on both platforms, and you'd think that would be easy too. I just thought that was a matter of, yes, we want to launch something, can we put it up? Not so much. I think it probably took about 6 weeks before we settled on how we actually wanted it looking in the stores. There were problems back and forth. So once again, that patience and tenacity pulled us through. And the one that you really need is resilience. Because when you get those knockdowns, you have to get yourself back up. And there are times and conversations that we've had and you think, is this really worth it? Are we really, doing what we need to?
We'll give it until June. Yeah. We'll give it until August. Now we'll give it till December.
We keep pushing out the timelines. But that resilience, it's that ability to take those knockdowns and brush yourself off and get back up and do it all again the next day.
And I think too, Mel, you have to believe in the product, and you have to really believe in the product. Because if you don't believe in the product, you'll give up, seriously. Yeah. So,
And our final step for today, and one of the, turning points for us was seeking professional business advice. We have a business coach and mentor who's in the front row here, so we hooked up with the Business Enterprise Centre. And we had got some instruction and tuition along the way, but I guess the pivot point for us was when we decided that we'll take this out of Hobbyland and really look at it as a small business and a startup. I mean, I think we always thought that from the start, but really, you've got full-time jobs and families. So when we made that choice, we really started to get serious about this project, and we're moving into some exciting territory now. And 3 steps beyond, what could they be? Strengthen our patience, strengthen our tenacity, and strengthen our resilience. So that's how we see the way forward.
So as Mel was saying, that our business advisor, Steve Waite, thank you very much, he's here in the audience, has been instrumental in helping us to see the importance of pivoting. So Mel is talking about one pivot, and so we've had to pivot again. So, and that's about, turning, saying, we're thinking we're going one direction, but let's go another direction as well. So in addition to the retail arena, we're now focusing on some partnership opportunities with a view of exploring potential white labelling licensing agreements. These are where the app product is taken up by a second party, reskinned and rebranded. An example of this is a local app developer by the name of Tara O'Connell. She's actually a mentor of ours. Her app, the Baby Diary app, has been picked up by Terry White Chemists. So what we've learned as a startup. So as a startup business is what we need to adapt. We need to adapt and be flexible at all times. This has been a long and challenging journey for us, but one of discovery and learning to push beyond our limits. Like public speaking, for me. Like any project that takes a lot of hard effort, we're still searching for the light at the end of the tunnel. But we can see some glimpses of hope, which we're very excited about. We are.
So, thank you for your time today, and don't forget, you can download the Mail app today, both on Android and iPhone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.